Hi, Chid. How, Jyoti? Hi,
Hello,
Jyoti.
namaste.
Nice to see you again.
So
Nice
much.
to see you.
My name is Somesh. I'm a student of Chidvilas and Jyoti. And today the interview is about one of their spiritual work that they do, which is about the Bardo, the Tibetan book of living and dying. Would you like to tell us a bit about what is the Bardo and why you do this, you propose this type of work?
Yes. So the Bardo, the name of the Bardo is Bardo Todrol. Is a teaching from Padmasambhava, who was living in Tibet around the 8th century. So the Bardo in the beginning was a secret. It was kept secret and written in some leaves and hide somewhere because the humanity was not ready. And this is somehow what is said about. And then later on, a Buddhist monk dreamt about Padmasambhava that was telling him where the Bardo was hiding. And so it is not so long ago that the Bardo start to become part of the Tibetan way of life. So the word Bardo means a transit. Is a moment of transit between one life and the next life, or between a life and a total dissolving into the light. So at a certain point, Osho somehow told to the disciples that this test is very important. It's something that he should not disappear from humanity. The only thing is that it is somehow the language that is using is too old for the Western mind. And it is important that everybody can understand.
It must also say it must be available to the modern man, because it is written for the people that were living 2,000 years ago. And now the language is different. And also the metaphor are different. So the work of my people will be to put this beautiful teaching that is born in the Tibetan tradition available to the modern man.
So,
And you were students of Osho, right?
Yeah. We're students of
Okay,
Osho.
so
also direct
who was an Indian master in the 70s and
He
80s?
was our Indian master.
Our root master, as the Tibetan said.
Okay.
When our master left his body, we continue our spiritual search, and we were really involved in the non-dual teaching and the tantric teaching, and our understanding about ourselves, about what is the mind, what is the body, what are the subtle body, became very, very clear. And it became very clear what is in us that is not dying. And at this point, somehow we receive from Osho the suggestion to work on Bardo. And it was not something that we planned, because the topic was not so easy. But somehow we start to read the ancient book of living and dying, and somehow we understood without knowing why we understood. But we understand we have to transform this, because it's something very simple, very deep, very simple, and very true. So we have to make people conscious that nobody die when the body finish to live, you know.
And also to make people, to transmit to the people the teaching of the Tibetan that fundamentally was what's happened between two lives, because they believe in the reincarnation. But what is reincarnated is not your ego,
You're somehow
your me.
separate self.
But what is also Buddha, when they ask Buddha Gautama, what it is that is reincarnating, he say the unsolved emotional memory. So when you leave, when the prana leave the body,
the life energy,
the life energy leave the body, all the emotions that are still with you unsolved,
unsolved.
they need to be solved, to be finished,
They look for completion, let's say.
The peace also, because when it's not complete, there is something that is not in peace.
So they search for another womb
to finish the
finish. That is why the reason why when somebody remember past life, they remember always very strong memory
and emotions,
or emotionally strong. They don't remember, oh, I was living a quiet life with a family. They don't remember this, but they remember, oh, there was the war, or there was an eruption of volcano,
somebody killed me,
or somebody killed me, or I've been betrayed. Something emotionally very strong that he could not manage to solve in his life. So also it is very interesting to see how this translation happened, where this emotional body go through a certain
stages.
Yeah.
A center also, or they
transformation.
go transformation.
Yeah.
And every step they can get free.
So they can go into the light, into enlightenment, let's say.
To be solved. Until the last gate, there is always a chance to get free, freedom to happen.
And you know what?
And this is the beauty of the Bardo.
The vision.
So it's an opportunity for enlightenment.
Exactly. Yes. And it was something that happened still now in Tibet. When somebody died, the Lama go next to the person, he speak the Bardo.
To the ear of the dead.
They whisper to the ear.
For 7 weeks, every day is
spoken.
Bardo, speaking the Bardo.
And also it is called the Bardo, is called the freedom through listening.
Yeah.
And the important, also very important thing is that you need just to listen one time. Because once you listen it over one time, even if your memory forget, in the moment of death, you will remember it all.
And a nice question could be, why is it important to know before or to experience before? Because your workshop about Bardo is experiential, it's through meditation, so it's not a lecture.
No.
Why is important to know experientially before what is happening? With what is the let's say the reason that is behind that?
Okay, when we start to be interested and we start to go into Bardo, what happened was, first of all, it becomes so clear that through living time, we must know our nature, our absolute nature, which is what go beyond the death. And it is important to know while we are alive, because otherwise, in the moment of death, that can be a strong shock, because you lose everything that is familiar, you lose, and remain only what is eternal, but you don't know. That's why many people are so afraid of dying. And also what happened, I start to see myself in a different way, because I start to see myself in time and myself in eternity in the same moment. And this really is a transforming force, a very deep transforming force.
That's why meditation, it is important. Because in the moment of death, then if you recognize, even if you have a glimpse of what in you doesn't die, then this even a glimpse, then this glimpse will become more and more clear, and you will see what it doesn't die. And all this memory, they get dissolved, because you will understand, it never happened to me. This betray or this strong happening in my life,
Nobody really killed me, you know, for
I'm
example.
still carrying with me. It doesn't really happen to me. I was just the witness of this. I always be the witness.
It is important to experience that for then the moment of dying.
Exactly.
Is it also important for the rest of our life before the moment of dying to experience the Bardo?
Yes, the best is to go through the Bardo at least one, because we are going through the different steps in the Bardo, because these are fundamental steps, and they remain eternal, you know. Maybe we are not speaking about so much about Dakining, a different family of Buddhas, and because it's not in our culture and it will not make much sense. But the steps are the same for everyone, always. So we go through the steps, and it is the best to do it when you are still you know, that you can understand, because when you are dying, there is a moment when the intellect go. So you hear the voices as a sound, and you don't understand, because mind also fade away, you know. If you do it when you are alive, you will remember, and it will comfort you. Because the Lama, for example, said it is normal to die. Everybody die. So it's like saying, so take your courage and go into this new adventure. No, it's not something that should scare you, because it is very natural.
In the moment of our death, we will not facing an unknown situation. In the moment of death, all the Bardo that we hear, it will come back and say, oh, okay, now this is happening. Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, now this is happening, because I experimented before. This is why important to do.
A sort of advantage, let's say.
It's important to go through the Bardo when you still are alive, not to wait the last moment of death. Because then, and it's better if you do it even more than one time. Because the more you do, more the understanding, it will grow in you. And it will be easier and easier and easier.
Yeah, we can also we do also deepening, you know, because yes, it is very important to do it at least once, but then you can go deeper. And one also very important thing is that why to be afraid of that, and why to leave that as a taboo in our modern culture, because we don't know, we are very ignorant about what is happening. Everybody is afraid and nobody wants really to look at. But if you welcome the fact that that is just a transitory state, you know, is a totally different approach. It's more wise, more simple, and it's really a liberation.
Mostly people are afraid of what they don't know, of the unknown. What are we doing in this situation? I don't know. I don't know what to do. You know? But when you already went through that situation, then you know. Oh, yes, I know. And if you do it also more than one time, then it will get deeper. The understanding will get deeper.
I have a question. For the people, final question, who, for example, don't know the Bardo or never did the Bardo, and they go through the process of dying when it's their moment. Is there any way, a form of assistance?
Yes.
During that part or not?
Of course, yes. This is also, you are right to ask. It is also one very important part of the Bardo, that you become more and more able to assist somebody dying, and you can do in different ways. And this we will teach in the group. And also, yeah, you can be of a very great help and comfort to your friends, to the person that is going.
And the help can arrive also from that type of, let's say, from beings that are more subtle. So when you go through death, even though you didn't know anything, because in many spiritual traditions there is no knowledge about different stages, is there also help which comes maybe from beings that are not in the body or have a subtle body?
Okay, so first of all, also there are somehow different state of Bardo for the people that never did anything spiritual in their life, you know, and then there is also the Bardo for the meditators, more. And you know, when you are in Bardo, so you are dead somehow, and you are in this state of transit, you meet the people that are also in Bardo.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are people that are in your same situation, they cannot help you. But if in your life you have cultivated the devotion to a master, this will come to help you. And they say, maybe, you know, maybe it's not the person that comes to help you, but it's love that comes to help you.
In that form or memory.
Yeah, it's love that because many masters, they are now dissolving to light. So somehow, but when you call the master, you can also call a master like Jesus, for example. If you were a disciple or devotee, no problem who you come, who you call. You can call your angel, your guardian angel. It will come.
To make it a little bit more scientific, you can see it in this way. Help can come depend of your vibration. Similar vibration can help each other. Vibration that are not in the same wavelength cannot meet.
Mm.
So every human, every being has a vibration. Every being. And when this body is gone, the vibration don't dissolve immediately. Let's see, the vibration still vibrating. And this vibration carry all the emotional memory.
Yeah.
The astral body, as
Yeah.
Buddha Gautama was called. The astral body is carrying, is vibrating, seen in the air. And the other vibration that are seen in the air, they have the same wavelength of your vibration, then they can meet and help. But many times they ask us if we can do a bardo to somebody who is dead, that maybe is in America or is somewhere else. But it doesn't matter the distance. It's not a question of this. It's a question of vibration.
Very interesting.
Yes, it is
Very
very interesting.
Mhm.
It is
Looking
like
forward.
something very, very ancient with the wisdom of a different kind of man, I feel, that is through this way is coming to us with an incredible knowledge, but also very, very simple.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you very much for let us know more in depth about this work, and looking forward to attend the Bardo.
Okay, see you then.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right.